The Poás volcano, one of Costa Rica's most popular tourist attractions, erupted suddenly on Monday, arousing the interest of many social media users and amateur volcanologists. According to Associated Press, the Volcanological and Seismological Observatory of Costa Rica of the National University confirmed that the strong eruption registered by the Poás spewed a column of ash at least 3 kilometers high. There are already several reports of ashfall, and the Ovsicori continues to monitor the situation, said Marteen de Moor, a seismologist at the Ovsicori.
A las 2:14 de la tarde, la erupción produjo una columna eruptiva que llegó hasta 3 o 4 kilómetros sobre el nivel del cráter, y la ceniza se dispersa hacia el suroeste. Ya existen varios reportes de caída de ceniza y el Ovsicori sigue monitoreando la situación.
A Delta Airlines airplane caught fire on Monday before it was supposed to take off at a Central Florida airport, forcing the evacuation of passengers, airport officials said. According to Associated Press, there were no reports of any injuries during the fire on the plane at Orlando International Airport, Delta said in a statement. The engine fire broke out on Delta Airlines Flight 1213 while the plane was at the ramp before a scheduled departure from Orlando to Atlanta late Monday morning, airport officials said on social media. The passengers were evacuated, and the airport's rescue and firefighting team responded, the airport statement said. The Airbus A330 aircraft had 282 customers, 10 flight attendants and 2 pilots, according to Delta. Delta flight crews followed procedures to evacuate the passenger cabin when flames in the tailpipe of one of the aircraft's 2 engines were observed, Delta said in a statement. Maintenance teams will examine the aircraft in an effort to determine the cause of the fire, Delta said.
There's never not anyone on the plane.
Southwest drive-by goes, shit, punch it. Southwest drive-by goes, shit, punch it.
U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth shared detailed information about upcoming strikes on Yemen in a private Signal group chat. The participants included his wife, brother, and personal lawyer, the New York Times reports. According to the sources, the information Hegseth shared in the Signal chat included the flight schedule of FA-18 Hornet fighter jets targeting the Houthis in Yemen. These were essentially the same attack plans he shared in another Signal chat earlier that day, in which the Atlantic's editor was mistakenly included. Hegseth's wife, Jennifer, a former Fox News producer, is not an employee of the Department of Defense, but she traveled abroad with him and has faced criticism for accompanying him to sensitive meetings with foreign leaders. Hegseth's brother Phil and Tim Parlator, who continues to serve as his personal lawyer, work at the Pentagon, but it remains unclear why they would need to know about the upcoming military strikes against the Houthis in Yemen. Unlike the chat mistakenly joined by the Atlantic journalist, this chat was created by Hegseth himself. It included his wife and about a dozen other people from his personal and professional circle back in January, before he was confirmed as Secretary of Defense. It was named Defense Team Huddle. The Secretary used his personal phone rather than a government device to access the Signal chat. The chat, revealed by The Atlantic in March, had been created by President Donald Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, to allow top national security officials to coordinate their actions. Waltz took responsibility for unintentionally adding Jeffrey Goldberg, The Atlantic's editor, to the chat. He named it Small Group Houthi PC, to justify the presence of administration core committee members gathering to discuss the most sensitive and critical national security matters. Hegseth shared information about the Yemen strikes in the Defense Team Huddle chat. Around the same time, he was posting the same details in another Signal group that included senior US officials and The Atlantic, according to people familiar with Hegseth's chat. Two of Hegseth's senior advisors, Dan Caldwell and Darren Selnick, also participated in the chat. Last week, they were accused of leaking unauthorized information and were fired. After The Atlantic revealed that Hegseth had used Waltz's Signal group to transmit strike details in real time, the Trump administration stated that he had not shared military plans or any classified information, a claim that national security experts met with deep skepticism. Although the Signal chat created by Waltz for senior officials faced criticism for exchanging details of a military operation in an encrypted but non-classified app, the participants, with the exception of Goldberg from The Atlantic, were high-ranking government officials with reason to monitor the course of the strike. However, some participants in the group chat created by Hegseth were not officials who clearly needed real-time information about the operation's details. Former Pentagon Press Secretary Jonathan Elliott said that Pete Hegseth is unlikely to stay in office for long. The agency is in complete chaos. According to him, the chaos in the Pentagon was caused by massive layoffs and scandals related to the leakage of classified information. Elliott added that over the past month, the Defense Department's focus has been on endless drama, not on conducting combat operations.